An inmate at the Douglas County Jail. To accept this call, press 0. To refuse this call, hang up or press 1. To prevent calls from this facility. This call is from a corrections facility and is subject to monitoring, recording, and the location of your phone will be obtained. For more information about our privacy policy, please visit www.connectnetwork.com. After the beep, press 5 to accept this call. This call is from a corrections facility and is subject to monitoring, recording, and the location of your phone will be obtained. Stay on the line to accept this call. Thank you for using GTL.
I don't consent to the recording of this call. Is there anything I need to know?
No, but if I could just share with you, Mike, it's just, I got 2 calls from Alabama death row from 2 different men. I believe both of them are innocent. I got a call from a man who spent 21 years in prison for having a conversation with a group of teenagers. He's serving life without parole. A bunch of buddies of his went in to rob some drugs. He wasn't even there. He wasn't even there. It's not even disputed. And he's serving life without parole. I got a call from a guy who's spending 35 years in prison for a crime he did not commit. And I got another guy for 35 years for a self-defense shooting. I mean, I just wanted to share that with you, Mike, because our criminal justice system in this country is absolutely satanic, and it's overwhelming. I mean, it really is just overwhelming, all the injustices. And I don't say this lightly, that they're innocent. I say it after much study. I really believe firmly in my heart that these men and women that are calling me are innocent, and they have gotten a raw deal, and people just don't realize how bad it is.
They don't. People have been brainwashed into a belief system. The judge said multiple times to this jury that you have to believe. Okay, it's not about the truth. It's about what you believe. The truth doesn't matter. So therein lies the problem. It's a corporation posing as government. They're utilizing magic words and phrases and manipulation to control and destroy we the people from within, especially if, they pick and choose the winners.
Yeah.
The guy that shot at me and Pat has never been prosecuted.
Yeah. They
attack us because I ran for office and exposed how they're rigging the election. So you look at the technique that they used against the guy that's selected as a candidate for the Supreme Court of the United States. They're destroying his character. Has nothing to do with his temperament or knowledge of the law. The mere fact that he supports the Constitution as the law of the land scares the hell out of him, because these they call them Democrat liberal activists. I call them anti-American communists. But regardless, they hate the Constitution, which is a document that recognizes that the government is supposed to protect our rights, not take them from us. And if the guy gets in office, and if he recognizes Article 1, Section 8, the power of the Congress to regulate commerce is only between the states and foreign nations, then this Article 1, Section 8 applied will eliminate the 922 little g little 1, unlawful possession of a weapon to interference with interstate commerce, because we the people don't interfere with interstate commerce. We're not subject to that regulation. That does not apply to we the people. That's only to businesses, corporations, and large entities. You with your own property is irrelevant. And the fact is that in my case, I didn't have a gun. I didn't have a gun in 2014. I wasn't even there at the farm. Those were Mrs. Parsons' guns. And when I was traveling through Nebraska, didn't have a gun then. They searched the plane. No doubt that somebody had the ability to access a gun that I at one time was supposed to have owned. I don't remember. I mean, the guy testified that he had sold it to me, but, I can't say one way or the other. But irregardless of that, it's not a crime. They're criminalizing what is human behavior. let's say if you bought a Slurpee at one time and there's a ban against Slurpees because they've got too much sugar, but if that Slurpee ever crossed state lines, I mean, how many contortion moves do you have to create a crime? It's not a crime that you have a gun. It's because the gun crossed a state line.
Yeah.
That's the insanity of this. This is all about, and I bet you, if you talk to those other men that lives are being destroyed, I'll bet you that they're somehow politically on the outs with the powers that be in those states. These aren't federal; these are state crimes, right? They're being pursued for state.
A lot of them are state crimes, and another pattern that I'm seeing over and over again is the families and friends that these men had, these men and women. As soon as the state starts labeling them a criminal, it's just shocking, man. It's like nobody stands up for their friends and family anymore. It's like they're terrified of the government, and they don't want anything to do with standing up to the government.
They are. No, everybody's afraid, and they've been programmed to be that way.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that it's a fraud, and they don't know what to do, and they're afraid. Now, my heart goes out to anybody, whether it be a woman or a man or a child who's been sexually assaulted. I mean, I'm trying to help Native Americans get their kids back who are being assaulted by pedophiles. That guy, your buddy down there in Georgia, Trader Freight or whatever, he supports and loves those people. But the fact is that a lot of them never say anything because of the shame, because of fear of retribution. They don't talk. And so what a lot of these women are talking about, they're not the operatives. I'm talking about the legitimate people. They're coming on Rush Limbaugh and they're talking about, this happened so many years ago. I never said anything because you just didn't talk about it. That's just the way it was. And my heart goes out to them because I know they're speaking from the heart. They're speaking the truth. They're not somebody, and they say, this man's character and reputation being destroyed by somebody. If you listen to her, if you look at her, you can tell that she's lying because she doesn't remember where she was. This woman today on Rush Limbaugh said, I can tell you what I wore, what he wore, what he smelled like. I know every detail of everything about the room, the positions, the whole bit, the whole 9 yards. I didn't forget nothing. It's because she lived it, and she lives it all the time. She will never not live it.
Right.
Those are the people that need to be dealt with a millstone.
Amen.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah, I do.
But people like this, whatever her name is, Ford. She's a fraud. She's a liar. She was programmed. I have no doubt. I've looked at it a couple of times on TV and listened to it.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
She doesn't have enough knowledge, and there's nobody that can corroborate her statement. So, irregardless,
Brandy got your message, and Dorothy she says she's still working to help you out, whatever that means. So she said she's not giving up.
Well, I wish I was free to where I could help them. Tell them all thank you for your help. God bless you. I've got no help right now doing legal work. Occasionally, I've got someone from across the pond that sends me research information. But other than that, I'm on my own. And without the Attorney General of the Chilcote Nation assisting as he did with Sue's case, we have absolutely no help.
Yeah.
But other than you're helping greatly by spread the word, and God bless you and your ministry.
I think God.
Thank you for using GTL.
It cut us off, but I think if I was still on the line with him, I would say that God is He's making the situation such that we can only trust in Him. We can't trust in the criminal justice system. We cannot trust in lawyers. If you ask me, we got to trust in the Lord.